Hey guys, welcome back to Prepping in Progress. I'm Steve,
I'm Baby Prepper.
and today she's expanding my skill set. You're dragging me off into the woods to do what?
Well, I have a knife
Oh
and a
boy.
mesh bag, so you tell me.
My organs are going to be in place by the time we get done with this.
Well, I do feed my dogs all raw.
Oh boy.
I know what to do with the bodies.
No, seriously. She's going to take me out and go shrooming.
That's something different, Steve. We're looking for morels.
Morels.
Shrooming would be a more interesting day. Let's not do that.
Okay.
This is a family-friendly show.
So yeah, guys, we're going to go and hunt for Morel mushrooms.
All you need are 2 feet, some hiking boots if you like. Clothes is probably a good thing. But I have my dad's Swiss Army knife to cut the morels out the bottoms and a mesh bag so that they can still be contained and eventually make it into my stomach, but the spores can still make it through. And you can buy these at Dollar Tree for $1. And this one I've used a couple years now. Oops. And you can wash it, but that way the spores can still
Spread and multiply.
so you have more next year.
Gotcha.
Now it is the beginning of the season, so we may not see anything, but it's been in the 70s, at least a week.
Yeah.
And overnights have been about 50. We had a lot of snow, a lot of rain, so it's pretty good signs of it coming. Things are starting to bud. I've seen some dogwoods that were budding and actually losing some petals. That was a little sad to me. But yeah, so we're gonna look and see. It should be another month before our area in Missouri is booming. So we're gonna go try to peek for a little bit of fun stuff. I've been dreaming about him.
All right.
I'm like so ready for morels. All right, so let's get this going.
So stay with us and we're off into the woods.
Yay! He might make it. I don't
Might.
know. There is a creek down there too, so
Oh boy.
I can wash everything up and come out of here and drive your Jeep away.
I'm hiding the keys, guys.
I can find them.
So stay with us. Say it.
So, maybe not in the entrance. I have found some decent ones on the entrance of these woods before, but you want to look at the leaf litter and look very closely. When we find one, I'll show you what they look like. But my guess is they might be like about an inch if we're lucky today. But watch where you're going to plant your feet to step, because I know last year I found some that we had stepped on and they were salvageable. You bet I ate those times. But yeah, so just look around. Like trees like this tree right here is a good one. I think it's birch. There's tree in the leaf litter around here, and fallen trees of this type.
So down there in the.
I know that there was a sweet patch down there last year, so we're gonna peek down
Over there.
Yeah, like way that way. But just watch where you're stepping so you don't step on any of the mushrooms, and we always find some fun stuff. So
All right.
when we find fun things, we'll show you.
Cool.
All right.
Unlike some YouTube channels, we do not pre-scout our areas or salt our sites. So
Deer poop.
she did find some deer poop,
It's old now.
older deer poop. What I can tell you is this is actually being a fun hunt.
Well, you got a nice view.
Keep checking the ground around. Yes, there's my shadow. Gotta love it, guys. Nice way to spend an afternoon.
We can make moss biscuits.
Moss biscuits? What are those?
Biscuits out of moss.
And they're actually edible? Really?
Yeah.
Tell me
I
more.
haven't done that since I was in college, though. Let's do it sometime.
Okay.
There's some nice ones. They're like woodsy cupcakes without frosting.
Woodsy cupcakes
They're not
without frosting. They're not sweet?
biscuits.
Okay. So they're not like British biscuits that are really cookies. For my England friends.
No biscuits or chips. Or deer poop. They better not be out here in the night.
More deer poop. I think the deer are eating her morels.
Well, there's some mushrooms, but they're not morels. So cool. They're evil looking.
Well, let's take a look.
Huh?
Maybe Rick will hop on here and tell us whether these are edible or not.
I highly doubt it. They're black. They look evil.
Rick, what do you think those are? Does anyone know what these are? Well, we found something. Maybe these are the mythical shrooms that we're looking
Look at the
for.
pretty moss. So pretty.
Yeah.
The mythical shroom. They probably make you feel something kind of weird.
We shall see.
Eat 'em. If you don't know what it is, don't eat it.
First rule of the woods, guys.
Where was it that I found it? It was over in here.
So are they usually found on or around rotting logs or
Not
the
you-
bare
I mean,
ground?
they're found in leaf litter that isn't too shallow. Rotting wood is a good idea because a lot of fungus likes rotting wood. But
Okay.
down at the base of these type of trees. Interesting.
Huh.
There's this rock.
I mean, I'm wondering if it's just too early.
There are none as bad as it. I'm jumping the gun because I know in Indiana, southern Indiana, they have found some.
Okay.
And this is all wishful thinking. But usually when we give up, that's when we find it. Last year, the first one I found was the first big tree right at the entrance of these woods. It was a big one. It was the biggest one we found that season.
So, how do I ask this? They're a delicacy. They're not a often found staple.
They're hard to hunt, but they're fun to hunt and they're delicious.
Okay.
And I know like high-end restaurants would pay good money for them.
Okay.
And I know there's people that do sell them. There was a restaurant up by Purina Farms when I showed bulldogs that they served seasonal morel dishes. So they bought them off the locals who would find them. I like them too much. I would be too greedy and just eat them all. I don't like sharing with my family. You may get one.
Okay.
You can eat what you find.
Okay. I see how it is.
No, I'll share. They are very good. And like last year, on my birthday, I think I found 9 little ones up over there. And I put them in some jambalaya that I made. And it was delicious.
Okay.
It probably tasted more jambalaya than the mushrooms, but I like to saute them in garlic butters.
Okay. And as you can see behind her, yes, that's a house. We're not too deep in the local woods. You know, you turn around though, and
It looks like one.
that's the
I've been through all
view.
of them.
We're probably going to run down, take you guys down and check out the creek.
The creek's pretty cool. Charlie always wants to do
But we're going to continue the hunt and see what we can see. And I have some thoughts. Well, guys, so far we haven't found any morels, but we found a couple of really cool things I want to share with you. You know, the 3 big things for survival are food, water, shelter. we're having some issues with food. However, let's keep in mind that this is a delicacy, and being a delicacy, it means it's harder to find. We're going to get into that in a minute. But water, if you'll look right there in front of the camera,
Okay.
right where I'm focusing, yeah, that's a spring. And we've come across at least one other natural spring along this creek, and I'm going to swing to the right. Sorry, guys. But in this creek right here, there are some pretty big pools of water that a person could use a filter and at least have something to drink as they're getting ready to head out in case this part of Missouri had issues. Springs, whatnot, are always a good resource. We have our trees that a person could do a shelter. I wouldn't want to do one this close to a major town, like, where you can see a house from the woods. But we need to talk about something since we can't find our morels right now. So we're going to change the focus of this wonderful camera and have a chat. So how many calories do you think you have expanded while hunting for these?
Me?
Yes, or us, both.
10. Maybe, I don't know, 100. I didn't break a sweat. You're talking
Okay.
to somebody who likes to run
Okay.
miles and miles and miles.
And how many calories do you think we would have gotten off of 10 morels if we found them?
We probably, to find 10, we probably would have made cut even.
Okay.
But then you add the butter.
But what if we didn't have the butter?
Oh, then they're delicious just as they are. I mean, you want to cook them, but skewers, barbecue skewers. Put a little salt on them.
Well, where I'm going with this, guys, is survival situations, something like this, it's not going to be your main source. Survival situation, let's say, something happened, we couldn't get to the store. It becomes a calories in, calories out game. And how many calories are you expending to find your food source? So
We did find that lizard.
we found a lizard.
That would have been maybe
I'm not sure if he was a clean meat
25.
or not. So maybe you could eat him. I don't know.
I'll eat them.
Okay.
I mean, if you're starving, you eat.
I'll stick with the moss biscuits.
Where are you going to get the flour?
Well, I've actually seen acorns around here. We'd have to get the acid out of the acorns, but they could be ground up and turned into flour.
Oats, like my muffins I make out of oats.
There
There's
you
no
go.
flour in them. They're good.
But and something like this out here, you'd have to go into the trapping phase of survival. And I highly advise everyone to look into trapping, learning how to make deadfalls, etc. Because a trapper will go out, set his trap, and walk away. He can either go and do other skills, go and get his water.
Snares are good too.
Snares, that's part of trapping, absolutely. And they sit there. They wait. They do the work for you. You're not always walking and checking. You check your trap line every other day. And you can save calories going out so that you can utilize the calories coming in when you actually catch something. So we're hoping we find some. We really want morels tonight. But if not, we'll be back out here next weekend or sometime next week, and we'll do it again. So keep in mind, though,
You got your woods too.
Yeah, we got my woods, we got my mountain.
Last weekend.
Yeah, but you didn't go too far away from.
No, but there was nothing. It was still too early. It's still too early now, but I really wanted some, so it was wishful thinking.
Well, that and if further north is getting them, we're a warmer climate, so you would think that we'd have them first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, I got your thinking.
Tennessee and Kentucky, and we're in Missouri.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think something would show. There probably is something somewhere around
Southern
here.
Indiana, so. But they're even struggling to find any, so it's literally the very beginning of season.
So, Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting, I was hoping.
So, like I've always said on this channel, we'll show you failures as well as successes. Um, yeah, back to trapping.
Ah.
Calories in, calories out. Make sure you are inputting more than you are exporting when you are in a survival situation. Thankfully, we're not at this moment, but it's a lesson learned.
We can go into it with a little extra calories already.
Didn't Alan Kay say something about that after he won the first season of Alone? I came in here with a little extra poundage to get through, and then I got out.
Yeah. After meeting you, how much have I gained? Why do I want to eat all the time?
I don't know. Because I cook good. All right, y'all. Give me a minute and we'll...
What'd you cook? I don't remember.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Did you make me something and I don't remember?
Yes, you did.
What did you make me?
I'm not telling you now.
Oh, I'm horrible. I have a bad memory. You have to forgive me.
I know. It's all good, sweetheart.
Oh, really? You have to tell me what you made.
We'll see.
I don't remember.
Not happening, guys. All right. Let's keep looking and we'll see if we find something on our way out of the mountain. Or the woods, or whatever you want to call this. Talk to you in a minute. Well, guys, if you can see it, there's the Jeep up there behind the trees. We're slowly working our way out.
Still looking.
No morels so far, but
We had fun.
we had fun. We found a couple of springs. If you go back and look at that section where that spring was, you'll see to the right a tree, and there was actually another spring coming out of it. So, hey, you can only go 3 days without water. You can go, what, 20 days without food?
I could probably go 45.
Oh, you don't have that much extra on you. But just outside of Branson, Missouri, we found just a cute little spot of heaven. A place where the streams have pools. Oh, bless me. The creeks have springs that just put out the clearest, freshest water. And you can still hear civilization and motorcycles and all that neat stuff. So, lesson learned. You don't always find what you want. You can't always count on one food source as to your salvation. Knowledge weighs nothing, guys. I learned something today. I learned a lot today about hunting for morels and where to look. Now we're just going to have to keep coming back until we have a successful morel hunt. And we'll probably film that.
Probably.
Oh, we'll keep filming and then we'll just put it together once we actually find something. But this is going to be a cool video for our people. Let them see failure is an option, especially when you're learning. So we'll talk to you soon.